This conference will now be recorded.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hi. Can you give us a quick glance regarding the yesterday's session
yeah,
before
yeah. That
everyone?
that that I will do obviously.
Okay.
Okay. So before that, just I want to explain what is going to cover today. Okay. So today we are
Okay.
going to cover the data block import, how to import the existing resources into Terraform, and there is some logging we can do, and the we can see in the graphical structure the all the resources, how the connectivity and all. So these are the things we have planned today, but we have so yesterday we have seen the state files, right? So there is some few pending commands are there. So let us first complete that, and then we'll come back to this session again. Okay. So yesterday we have seen the state file, how it is working and how the locking system is working, right? How we can have the state file in the remote storage. So so you people know how it works in remote. So we have many backends, right? So if I want to show you, see, we have many backends. But what is backend first? Backend is nothing but, okay, see here. The backend means where the state file is storing. That is called the backend. Okay, so we have two backend. One is enhanced backend and the standard backend. So what is enhanced backend? Enhanced backend is nothing but where your I mean the state file and then your TF file. If both files are in the same place, that is the enhanced backend. Okay, so we have two enhanced backend. One is the local and one another one is remote. So what is local? Local is nothing but whatever we are executing, right? So for example, if I'm using my laptop to store the TF file and to execute the Terraform commands, then my laptop is a enhanced one. I mean, my laptop is nothing but the local one. Okay. Then what is remote? Remote is nothing but that the Terraform enterprise and cloud. Okay, that is what the remote. Okay. What is standard backend? Standard backend means the TF files will be stored somewhere, but the state file will be stored in somewhere. Okay, so if the backend is having only the state file, that is called standard backend. So what are the standard backends we have? We have S3, Azure RM, Console, etcd, GCP. So these many backends we have. Okay, so suppose if you plan to use a backend for backend as local, we can use it. Okay, so by default, if you don't mention this, by default, state file will be stored on the Terraform directory itself. Okay, suppose you want to store state file in some other directory, you can mention like this. And the remote, I will come to that. I will take you through this remote once we enter into the Terraform enterprise. Okay, okay. If you are using Azure, we have to use this. So what it means, the state file will be stored on this particular storage account. Okay, and this is the folder name and this is the file name, state file name. And if you are going to use the GCS, I mean the GCS nothing but the Google Cloud Storage, that this is the bucket name and this is the folder name. If you are going to use the S3, then this is the bucket name and this is the file, folder and file where the state file is getting stored, and this is the region. So basically the storage has to support the locking system. So is S3 support locking system?
No, Suresh. We need to use
No.
a
So
dynamo
for that, yeah, for that we have to use the DynamoDB. Okay, but for other remote storage or supporting the what locking system. Okay, so these things we have seen, and you know why do we need the locking system, right? To avoid the, I mean, to avoid the race condition, we have to have the locking system that we have seen how to how it is working. Okay, using that state file locking system. Okay, okay. So From yesterday's class, we have seen till, so there are that we have seen also the Terraform commands, right? So what are the commands we have seen? So the first one is Terraform show command, right? The show command. So you know that we have this particular switch, hyphen out switch, right? Which will store the output in the some file, right? So that cannot be viewable. But if you want to read what is there in the output file, you can use the show command. So Terraform show, if you pass as if you pass the file as the out, I mean if you pass this output file name as argument, then you will read what is there in the file, okay, the plan file. And the Terraform show command also can be used for to read what is there in the state file. If you just simply put the Terraform show command, it will read the content from the state file and it will show you, okay, as a JSON format. And the refresh command, what actually refresh command does? Can anyone tell me? So basically refresh command, it will check the current state. It will check the current environment and it will sync with the state file, okay. So it will update the state file before executing the plan and apply command. This refresh command will update the state file by checking the current environment, okay. Even though you have not specified explicitly the Terraform refresh command, the plan and apply command will automatically execute this command in the backend, okay. That's what we are seeing whenever we are executing the plan and apply command. You are seeing that the refreshing something we are seeing, right? So so like this, whenever you're seeing the refreshing state, it means in the backend it is running the Terraform refresh command. Okay. Okay. Now let's jump to the state command. Okay, Terraform state command. Why do we need Terraform state command? It is recommended that, I mean, it is not recommended to update the state file manually. Okay. So if you want to still do some changes in the state file, you need to use the Terraform state command. So if you use the Terraform state list command, what it will do, it will show you what are the resources has been created, right? Using this Terraform code, it will show you. So you can see here there are 3 resources has been created. Okay. Suppose if you want to see in depth, right, what are the arguments has been passed to the particular resources, then you can mention Terraform state show and just mention the resource path, okay, resource type plus label name. Then it will show you what are the arguments has been passed for the particular resources. Okay. And what is the Terraform MB command? The Terraform MB command is nothing but, so now you have given the label name as my EC2 VM. Okay. Now you want to change the label name now. Okay. But here if you go ahead and change the label name something, then what will happen? The entire resource will get destroyed and it will get recreated, right? To avoid that, what we have to do, the aim is I should not recreate the resource. I just the resource is absolutely fine. It is working well and good, but I just want change the label name in the state file. Okay. So state file means if I check the state file, so here this is state file, right? I want change this particular label name for this particular instance. So in that case, you need to use the me command. So let us use the me command. Okay. So the state, so Terraform state mv, and you need to give the source first. Okay. Source and then the destination. What you have, what are you going to modify, right? What needs to modify? So like say XYZ. If you see it got moved, now check in the Terraform state file. It is automatically changed here. Okay. Whenever you are changing it, you have to make sure you need to change here as well. Okay, because the desired state and current state should be sync. Okay. Now let's move to the next command, the rm command. Here where we have stopped yesterday. Okay, the rm command. Okay. Till now, any doubt? Okay, fine.
Uh,
So what is
um,
r?
Suresh,
Yeah.
Suresh, the previous command which you showed, right? So can you
Uh,
please explain once
yeah.
more?
Okay, fine. Let's assume that is a naming convention for the label. Okay, you have created the resource with the wrong label name, unfortunately. Okay. Now
Okay.
someone identify and you're saying, hey, you have created with the wrong label name. So you have to make sure you have to use the correct naming convention. But the scenario is you already deployed the resources. Now it is it is running well and good. Now you don't want to destroy and recreate the resource again. If you rename this, right, if you change the label name, what will happen? Why it is recreating? Because the label is not there in the state file. When running the Terraform planner apply command, it will check in the state file. Right here in the state file, it is checking that, okay, this particular label name is not able, I mean that particular label name is not available here, but the new label name is here. Okay, for example, let's say, let me put new label. Now what is happening in the backend is when you run the plan command or apply command, it will check in the state file, obviously. So when checking the state file, this new label, it will check in the state file. Now it is not able to find. Okay, so the Terraform assumes, okay, there is a new resource. It assumes, okay, it is a new resource, and also it will check this label name to here. Here it is not able to find. Okay, then it will decide, okay, user wants to delete that resource, whatever under this particular label name, whatever the instance under this particular label name. So what happened? Terraform destroy this instance and it will create the new instance with this new label again. Okay, that is what happening in the backend. But for in our scenario, we don't want to do that. I want just the resource is absolutely fine. I just want to rename this particular label name. So in that case, you should go for the move command. You got it now? Let
Yeah,
me.
Suresh. Yeah, Suresh. Yeah,
Okay,
Suresh.
okay, fine. So okay, it got moved. Now we are good. See, it got changed now. Okay, now when you run the apply command or plan command, it will check, right, this particular label it will check in the state file. Okay, it is absolutely available, so it won't take any action. Okay, now we are good. Okay, now let's come to the rm command. In general, we know the rm command is nothing but the remove command. Okay, let's take the scenario. We have deployed this EC2 instance using Terraform, and we are keep on managing everything using Terraform. Managing means you are updating and you are changing something, you are doing through Terraform only. Okay, now after some time, after few months, the team is telling, hey, I don't want to manage this particular resource using Terraform. Going forward, I want to manage it through manually. Okay, you just remove that from your Terraform code. Basically, the particular resource, uh, I mean, I don't want to manage the particular resource using Terraform. That's it. But that resource has been created through Terraform. Okay, Now, how will you do that? In general, how will you do that? Okay, in general, how will you do that? Y- You may think we can remove this. If we can remove this particular resource, right? If you remove this particular resource, what will happen? When you run the Terraform plan or apply command, now it will check in the Terraform state file. Okay, but this particular new label is not available in the TF file. So what Terraform thinks, okay, this particular label is not available, then this particular resource will get destroyed now, right? But our aim is the resource should not get destroyed. We just want to remove that from the state file. What it means, if I remove that particular resource from the state file, what it means, going forward, Terraform does not aware of the particular resource, so the Terraform will not be able to manage the particular resources. So basically the concept is we have to remove from the TF file, as well as we have to remove from the state file. Okay, let's see how to remove it now. So here I want to remove this particular instance, right? This particular resource. So Terraform state, for that I will show you. See, I just removed that resource from the TF file. Okay, if I execute the Terraform plan command, what will happen? It is refreshing in the back end. Okay, see, one is destroy. Which one? Will be destroyed. Okay, why it is? We have not given a destroy command. By why it is trying to destroy it? Because previously it was there in the I mean it is available in state file, but not available in the desired file, in the desired TF file. So we are logically we are telling, hey, I don't want this resource. So that's what the desired state, right? Here the TF file. So that's why it is getting destroyed. Okay, but our aim is we have to just remove that particular resource from the state file, right? So for that, Terraform state rm, just give that particular resource, the execute, it got removed. Okay, now let us check in the state file. You should not be able to find that. See, I'm not able to find this particular resource with this label. So now if I execute the plan command, okay, I mean, forgot about this output things. Okay, so now nothing is getting destroyed. I mean, no resource is getting destroyed. Why it is? Because my desired state is also not having the resources, and my state field is also not having the resources. Now going forward, the Terraform does not aware of the particular resource. Now Terraform does not aware of the particular resource. Which resource? Which we deployed, right? So this particular resource we have deployed yesterday. Let me show you. EC2 instance. So this particular resource we have deployed yesterday, right? So going forward, as we removed from the state file, going forward, Terraform does not aware of this resource. So Terraform won't take any action against on the resource. So now this can be managed manually. Okay, that's what the rm command. Okay, okay. Uh,
Suresh, can you just show me the command once? I'll note it down.
yeah, this is the command.
Okay, Suresh. Thank you.
Okay. For your information, also it is available in the GitHub repo. You can take it whenever you need. Okay. Okay. The next one, the force unlock. Okay. Anyone tell me why do we need force hyphen unlock command? What is that actually?
Force unlock means someone has initiated some process, but it is not yet completed or some due to some error or not approved. The other person cannot able to do that. So we can do the force unlock. We can get the control.
Yeah. Basically, it is for unlocking the state file. So whenever we are running the Terraform plan or apply command, by default, it will first log the state file and it will start executing. Okay. So to release the lock, we have to use this particular command forcefully. Okay. Here you need to give the lock ID. This we have already seen yesterday. Okay. So let's go to the taint and untaint command. Okay. So for this, I want to have some example. Wait. Okay. Let me take this. Let me delete this. Okay, you don't look whatever I'm doing. Just I will explain you. Okay, just for my lab purpose, I'm just doing for explain you for the upcoming commands. Okay, let it execute. Okay, okay. Now let's go to the this command now. Okay, Terraform taint and untaint. Okay, so let's have some scenario now. We have deployed a n number of resources using Terraform. Okay, and Terraform is good, stateful is good, everything is good. Okay, but something happened on the on the remote platform. For example, we have deployed EC2 instance. Okay, and the EC2 instance got corrupted. Something has happened, something got collapsed. Okay, in that case, I want to recreate the particular instance. Okay, I want to recreate the particular instance. Let's assume I have created uh, many resources. In that, I want to recreate the particular instance because something happened. Okay, so in that case we have to use a taint and untaint. Okay, before that, let me explain few things. Okay, so let's assume we have deployed this EC2 instance and then security groups we have deployed through Terraform. Okay, so what is the instance here? So this is the instance. This is the instance. Okay, okay. Now let's say this particular instance got corrupted or something happened. Okay, okay. Now if I want to recreate the instance, what are the steps you will follow? We have seen, we have discussed many things till today, right? Till this till now. So uh, just tell me what are the ways we can if, what are the ways we can follow to recreate this particular instance? Can anyone think logically? I just want to recreate this instance. Okay, if I do like Terraform apply command again, nothing will happen because I'm not changing anything. Come on, why? See, nothing is changes. but we know that in remote platform it is having some issue. I want to recreate it. What are the possible ways?
We can completely destroy and recreate, or else we can change the label name and initiate as a new resource.
Okay. Yeah, so these many ways we are super. So so either we can delete this resource manually and then we can execute the Terraform. That is that is another way. Or as the who earlier Vijay someone told, right? So
Vijay.
yeah, as Vijay told, we can rename the label and we can do it. But that is so in real time you do not have access for the for destroy manually, okay. And also for, as per the naming convention, we should not change the label name as well. So in that case what you can do is you can go for the taint and untaint command. So what is taint means, when you mark the particular resource as a taint, then what will happen if you run the terraform plan command, it will recreate it. Okay, so let's see how it is. Okay, so I just want to know what are the resource has been I have been created for getting this resource type and label name. Okay, so this is the one we are going to recreate it now. So for that you have to mark it as a taint. I mean we have to we have to taint it. Okay, first. So for this I'm using this one. So terraform taint. I'm going to recreate this particular resource. Let's say taint. Okay, now what happened? It is marked as a tainted one. Okay, so let's go and check in the Terraform state file now. So if you see, the status is tainted now. So tainted means, so whenever if now if you execute the Terraform plan command, when the Terraform sees the status as tainted, then it means it will recreate this particular resources. Let's see how it is behaving. Okay, Terraform plan command. Let me show you in the Terraform plan command first.
Suresh, so like if you marked it as tainted, right? So whenever we execute whenever we execute plan and apply command, it will recreate a new set of new virtual machine, right? So
Correct.
whether it is good or bad, it won't see anything. It will recreate it.
Correct, correct, absolutely. Because you are the person telling "Hey, that resource is not good, so recreate it." So consciously you are telling. I mean, consciously you are tainting the resources. So so Terraform won't check whether it is good or bad. As per Terraform, the instruction is just recreate. That's it.
So if we leave unchanged, right? So somebody, if we they try to execute means, then it will recreate the new instance, and all the configuration might be erased, right? In that case.
No, why are you leaving as it is? So as soon as you're marking as a taint, you have to execute the Terraform apply command immediately. Because that is the purpose, right? We have to recreate
No, no, no.
the resource.
Yeah, see, for example, now I am just marking it as tainted. So
Mm.
I just left the organization, someone came in, and they are not aware of that whether this particular instance is marked as tainted. And he tries to initiate plan and apply command. So it will create the new resources actually. So the old configuration might get deleted, right, completely.
No, the purpose of this command is recreating the resource only. Okay. Okay, I agree. The configuration will be gone. Okay. But the EC2
Uh,
instance, I am taking as example for this example. But in real time, normally it will not be used for the EC2 instance. Okay. Maybe for some other resources. But the concept is uh, why we are marking as a taint, we have to recreate the instance, right? So obviously we have to do it. See, you cannot leave it. You cannot leave it as it is after marking as a taint. If you're marking as a taint, then you have to execute the apply command to recreate the instance, to recreate the resource. That is our goal, right? Actually, here.
yeah, that is our goal, but See, as an example, I'm saying like somebody accidentally did that, and it might erase all the
Oh, okay,
configuration
okay.
data.
Someone accidentally did the taint. Okay, okay. I will come to that. I will come to that. Okay, okay.
They didn't
Like,
notice that I left the organization. Somebody came in and
okay.
execute the command, and what are the configuration there in the previous instance that might
Uh,
get erased, right?
yeah, yeah. For that only we have the untaint command is there. Okay, I will come to that.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
So
okay.
the new person has to review the files, and then only they have to execute that, right? So that is the recommendation.
Correct, correct.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So if you see
I just
here,
want to know how to overcome that. That's all.
okay, 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 okay. Fine, fine, fine. So if you see here, one is getting added, one is getting destroyed. What is that added? What is that? So this is the one destroy and recreate. Why it is getting recreated? Because of this tainted. This particular resource is marked as tainted. That's why it is getting replaced. Okay. So now if I do the plan command, sorry, apply command, it will get recreate now. Okay. But frankly, I'm telling in the real time, no one 99 percentage no one will use these state commands, but these are the options we have in Terraform. If you want make it, you can we can make use of it. Okay, now see it is getting destroying and then it will recreate it. Okay, okay.
So in the
Someone,
recreating in the sense, it will come with the same configuration, or it will be in a new easy to install
it will be new EC2 instance with the configuration whatever we have written in this particular block
block only. But at the cloud end,
block
it will
only.
be in a, it will consider the new mission, new IP, public IP,
Yes, yes,
everything.
yes, 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 everything, yes. Okay. Yeah, it is now
So it's
creating. Okay.
advisable to before doing anything on the Terraform environment, if it is a new person, like have to go through the files and all completely.
Yes, correct. Actually, basically, in the real time, if you are managing something through automation, then everything will be automated. For example, let's say this EC2 instance is a application server. EC2 instance is application server. Okay. So in the application server, if you want, after creating the EC2 instance or after creating the VM, you have to install some particular softwares. On top of that, you have to deploy your application to act as an application server. Okay. So for everything, we can automate here itself. Okay, for example, we have one concept called provisioner. When we discussing about that, I will explain that again later. So what we can do is, as soon as the EC2 instance get created, using that user data or something, we can create the necessary packages into this EC2 instance. After installing, you can call Ansible or some other automation tool which will deploy the application or configure the application on this particular EC2 instance. Okay, this is the automation. Now, if I recreate the particular instance, what will happen? Now the new instance will get created. As soon as it got created, as we have the user data or something to install the packages, that will get installed. After that, automatically it will call the Ansible or some other configuration tool to configure the application. So that will configure the application in the new instance. So now think logically. So whatever in the previous, before destroying, right? Whatever the configuration it had, now also it will have after recreating also, because everything is automated now. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? You are
Yeah, yeah.
thinking in the way that you have created the instance manually, I mean the Terraform, but manually you are doing something on this instance. But usually that will not be the case. I mean, if you are supporting the application team in the DevOps perspective, okay. So there are some scenarios we can still make it, okay. But as we are coming from the infra backend, yes, we always think like that, but think differently, okay. So in the real time, it will be handled differently, okay, okay. But why I'm
Suresh,
taking, yeah,
yeah, yeah, sorry, 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 sorry.
no, no, go ahead, go
Yeah,
ahead.
please. No, we have a requirement, Suresh, actually. The thing is, right, during the weekends, the EC2 instance needs to be shut down state and it should be changed to the different SKU. And on Monday, while the business hours getting started, it should be powered on with the original configuration. So, whether this particular thing can works out,
What do you mean SKU?
like in Azure stock unit, you can we can say like a stock unit in the AWS like T1 micro, T2 micro, like that, right?
Correct, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, same way we used to call it as SKU in the Azure stock
Okay,
unit.
SKU is nothing but the configuration of the VM. So
Yeah,
it will have
configuration of the
what
VM. Yes.
image and what is the size.
Correct.
Okay.
Image will be remain the same. The size
Okay,
will
okay.
differ
Size.
actually.
Okay, so
Yeah,
in the off business hour, you need to shut down the VM by
yeah.
by
During the business hours,
changing the
there is a
size.
non-prod server. Non-prod server, it should shut down the server and it should move to the lesser configuration. It will change.
Okay, okay, okay.
It has to be changed to the lesser configuration to avoid the cost actually, cost
Okay,
incurs.
okay, okay.
So during the business hours, again on Monday, it should power on with the original configuration. It should roll back to the original configuration and have to power on. That is a criteria.
Okay, okay. Now, these kind of stuff we cannot handle in Terraform. Okay, because this is the regular job. Uh, See, still we can do it. Okay, but every time you need to change the desired state. Like while shutting down, you need to change the desired state as, like you need to change the t-shirts or SQ, whatever it is, right? And while powering it on, again you need to change the this one.
No,
So
only manual
in the
efforts needed. So every time we need to do the changes in the state file. Sorry, in decide file.
desired file, yeah. If you want to still make it, yes, we can still yes, we can still achieve using Terraform, but I would say that is not recommended way. See, let me tell you how to achieve it first. Okay,
Okay.
so you should have this separate Terraform file for the particular instances first. Okay, so the first thing is the Terraform should have the information about. I mean, the Terraform state file should have information about the particular instance now. Okay, so you may create the instance through Terraform so that the stateful will have information, or else you can import it. The import I will explain you later. Okay, let's assume the stateful is having the information now. Okay, so you should have the two scheduler in Azure. You should have the two scheduler. One is for shutting down. One is for powering it on, powering the machine. Okay, so you need to have the two TFR file. So one is for shutting down, or one another one is for starting the machine. So through the TFR file, you need to give the input. Like while shutting down, this is the configuration you need to changes. I mean, you need to do these changes. But again, that is problem because we cannot handle two different state files, right? No, no, that is not the recommended way. No, it's hurry, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but no, no. Actually, here the problem is we need to have the two state file. Oh, no, 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 no. We still we can do it. Let's show you here. Okay.
I thought to ask you earlier itself, but since this is something close to that, right? So that's what I thought to ask you during this time.
Okay, okay. See, one TF file. Okay, one TF file, two TF var file. and the two scheduler. One, one is power on and then power down.
Uh,
I mean, it will be like this. Okay? And two scheduler. One is for power on and then power down. So at the
scheduler
power
we hadn't
down,
covered. Scheduler in the sense like whether it is related to Terraform or generic way
no,
we
no,
are
that is
using.
related to Azure or AWS. We have in Azure we have a event bridge. The same thing in Azure. I don't know. Something should be there for scheduling the something, the script or something. Okay, so this
Okay.
can be because someone has to trigger the Terraform commands, right? For that, you need to use some external tool to trigger it, to trigger
Okay.
the Terraform, right? So like this you can achieve. So in this TFR file you can pass whatever the SQ value you need to do, and in this file you can pass whatever the SQ value it should be. Okay, so like this you
Okay.
can achieve, but this is not the right way. I mean, not right way means this is like the Terraform is not for this purpose, so you should not use this. Instead of you should go for like Azure function. You go for Azure function. That is the better choice. In Azure
Okay.
function, you can write some Python code or PowerShell script, and then you can schedule it. It will do this job. Okay. Okay, fine. Let us come here.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine.
So
Fine.
so now here
So,
it got recreated.
Suresh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
gives me a question of Terraform, right? Does Terraform have, can run automatically? Like someone have to always execute Terraform, right? As you said, man, earlier. Is there any
Forget
automation?
forget about the
Mhm.
Terraform. You are creating one Python script or PowerShell script. Will it
Mhm.
execute automatically or someone has to execute it?
We have to
Someone
execute it.
we have to execute, right?
Yeah.
So the same the Terraform is also some kind of programming code. Someone has to execute it. If you want to
Mm.
automate it, then
Mm.
you can go for the pipelines. I mean the CI/CD pipelines.
Okay, Spinnaker kind of. Okay, got it.
Yes, that we are going to see on the Tuesday. The next class. CI/CD, we will see it. There you will come to know how the Terraform will be stored in the GitHub file. So whenever updated this particular code, right, then automatically it will get triggered. Automatically this Terraform will get executed. That we will see in the CI/CD session. Okay, that
Okay,
there you will
okay,
have
got
some
it.
clarity. Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. Now as Hari told, someone has mark it as tainted. Let's say it is tainted. Okay. Now, if I execute the Terraform plan command, it will try to recreate it, right? So it means of unfortunately by mistakenly we have marked as a tainted now. So now we need to remove this, right? We need to remove this from the state file. So how to do that? So for that we have the untaint command. So just say untaint. So now it's successfully untainted. Now if you check in the state file, see that status gone here, the taint status gone here, right? So for this purpose only we have the taint and untaint command. And the last one is the target command. I mean the target switch. Okay. So so in general, what will happen? In general, if we do Terraform plan command or apply command, what will happen? It will execute all the blocks. Am I right? It will execute all the blocks from the all the TF files. It will execute this block, and then this block, right? But your requirement is no, no. I want to execute only the particular block. I want to execute the particular. I mean, it may be. You can use it for plan or apply or destroy, whatever it is. Okay, now let's see. I want to let's say I want to execute the plan command or apply command for this particular resource. Okay, so how will you do that? Let's say plan command. You just mention the target switch. In the target switch, you need to pass this, right? Already we have seen this. You need to refer this instance type and then its label name. Do so. Just the Terraform plan command will work only for this particular resource. Okay, it's not it won't check any other blocks. It will check only this particular block. So no changes is there. Okay. So actually already as we created the resources, let me show you the destroy command now. Okay. So if I want to destroy the particular resources, then you can make use of this. So in normal, if I execute the Terraform destroy command, what will happen? All the command will get destroyed, right? All the resources. So here we have security groups. Two security groups we have. So these security groups will get destroyed if I do only the Terraform destroy. But my requirement is I want to destroy only the EC2 instance. The only one resource. So in that case, we can apply Terraform destroy command. We can pass this particular target switch by passing this particular resource. So let me execute this. In some scenario, you don't want to destroy all the resources. You want to destroy only the particular resources, right? In that case, you can make use of this hyphen target command. Okay. Say yes. And once you destroy, you have to remove this from the desired state. Otherwise, what will happen? It will recreate it. Okay. Okay. Leave that. So it is getting destroyed now. So that is what this target command. Okay. So target command you can make use of plan and then apply and then destroy. Okay. That is what is it is mentioned here. So any doubt? That's all about the state command. If you are okay, we can go to that the today's topic, which is nothing but the data block. Data block import debug graph. These are very simple one. I can cover it in soon. Shall I move forward?
So just a quick question on the taint also we can do with the target. Sorry if I missed it earlier.
No. See, the logic is if you use the taint, okay, what you're doing here, you're targeting the resource only, right? Then why do you want to the target the switch again here, right? Am I right?
Mm. Because let's say
I'm
I
you.
have too many resources, one EC2 instance, one S3 bucket, and some database, but I want to
Okay.
only remove the, taint the instance.
Yeah, that's what.
In that
That's
case,
what. See here.
mhm,
Let's assume you have EC2 instance and RDS database and then S3 bucket. Everything is here, right? So
mhm.
if you want to, uh, so let's. So you want. So which resource you want to taint now? S3 bucket or RDS or EC2 instance? Tell me.
Just the EC2 instance alone.
EC2 instance. So then you are targeting only the EC2 instance here, right? See here,
Okay, okay. Here we are
AWS
labeling.
instance.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
That's why. Okay, so for, when it is
Okay,
there, the target is no use here, right? Okay, you
okay.
Suresh,
got the
now I
logic.
got additional question, Suresh. Sorry.
Yeah,
See,
please,
for the
please, please.
EC2 instance, we are using a multiple instance for, I'm using count, it is created 4 or 5. So
That's
whenever I'm
really,
doing,
I got your question. Yeah, that's good question. So
so
you are
everything will
saying
be,
okay, okay,
Oh
complete your
yeah,
question,
that
please.
time we'll
Sorry.
have same label name.
Yeah. So if you use the count, right? That's what your question, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's a really good question. So what we are going to do is let us create the instance with the count to 2. Okay.
Count of zero, something like that. Like sorry,
Super. Yeah.
label
So
name dot zero.
not label name dot zero. See, did I take that class or not? Okay, let me show you here. Okay, so we have seen, right? So if you use the count or for each or something, how the Terraform refers the label? If I use the count, how the Terraform refers the label? Can anyone tell me? This is the label. This is a single label, right? How this will be referred by Terraform? We have seen it. It will be of zero. Am I right? You show here. Yeah, I will show you here. Where is the play command? See here. Of 1, right? And then of 0 should be top then. See of 0. Right? The label name will be referred as 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Suppose if it is a for each, then that particular value should be added here. EC2 VM of that value will be there if we are using the for each. So whenever there is a loop kind of concept, then this label will be like in the list format. Uh, I mean, are you able to follow me what I explained now? This one you got it right?
Yeah, yeah, Suresh. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go and check in the state file now. Okay. If you see here, this is the label name. Okay. This is the label name. Let me search first. Okay. I'm searching this one. So the label, how many? Okay. This is a label name. Under this label name, if you see, there is a one more option is added. That is the index key. Okay. Previously it was not there. Now it got added the index. Okay. Now if I search the index key, right, in the same thing in this block itself, if I search here, the index key is 0. I mean in the same label name you can see the index 0 as well as the index 1. If you see, it is the same block. Okay, index 1. So how will you target now? How will you paint now?
Yes, Suresh. Yeah.
Tell me what is the command to list out the resources what have been created through Terraform? Can you tell me what is the command to list
Terraform
out
stateless.
state list? Super.
List.
So if you see here, right now,
Okay,
if you want
okay.
to target this particular one, you can target easily by mentioning this off 0. If you want to target this, you can mentioning like often. That's it, simple. But really, thank you, Vijay, for asking this question.
Thanks, thanks,
Yeah,
Suresh. Thanks for the
yeah.
clarification.
Okay. Now, shall we move to this Terraform data block? One second. Okay. Yeah, let's move to the Terraform data block now. Okay. So let's talk about the one scenario now. In real time, there are different kind of teams, like the networking team, and then operation team, and then application team, and the database team. There are many teams, and they will manage their own resources. Okay, suppose you are from the operation team, you will not have access. I mean, you cannot create resources related to the networking. For example, if you are from the operation team, you may have access to create the servers or S3 bucket something, but you will not have access to create the VPC or subnet, those kind of stuff, right? Suppose you are from application team, then you may not have access to the servers or S3 bucket, something like that. So for this example, we will take the network team and then operation team. So now you want to create the EC2 instance. Okay, now you want to create the EC2 instance. Okay, let me destroy this first. I often forgot to destroy this and it is costing to me. Okay, destroy. So you are from network team. Okay, so there is a VPC. Okay, there is a VPC. Okay, and then subnet. This is controlled by network team. Okay, and your operation team. Now you want to create the EC2 instance now. For creating this EC2 instance, you should have the VPC and the subnet information. Am I right? For assigning the IP address and all. Am I right? But you will not have access to create this VPC or create the subnet. So in that case, what will you do? Oh God, it got okay, fine. So in that case, what will you do? For example, let's take this example. So let us take one. Let us take another example. Wait. So basically, you will hard code it. Am I right? So till now we have seen like we have hard coded these things. Okay, yeah. Let us take this one. Okay. So this is the EC2 instance. You are from operation team, and you don't know what is the subnet ID, right? Because this is coming from the networking team, right? You are not aware of this. And the one thing is you can hard code it. You can hard code it in the Terraform file by getting the information, by getting this particular subnet information from the networking team. Okay, that is one way. But in the real time, we have to take this information dynamically. Okay, because uh, let's say we have the AP South only. Let me go to South. Let me go to VPC. So now you may not have the visibility to get the subnet ID, to see the subnet ID and what is the VPC and all. Okay, you do not have this page. Let's assume. Okay, so in that case, let's assume there is a policy like they will have the tag. Okay, so for example, if you are from some particular application team or operation team, let's say app. Okay, let's say environment. Okay, let's say environment, and it is the dev. This particular subnet is created for the dev environment. Let's assume that. Okay, so the network team will tag it as this particular subnet can be used for dev one, like that they have mapped it. Okay, the same thing will do for this VPC as well. Okay, just I'm taking the tag for example. I will come to that. Just wait for a few seconds. This particular VPC is for the dev, let's assume. Okay, so now as an operation team or application team, you know that okay, there should be a some tag called the environment equal to dev. So that is the subnet I have to use it. Okay. So when you know that, you can dynamically you can fetch this information through Terraform. That's what we are going to see it now. So basically, if I go to this Terraform registry site, so actually we are going to see this Terraform source block. Okay, we have seen these blocks already. Now the two block is pending. One is data block and module block. The data block is this is what we are seeing now. Okay, so let me go to providers and AWS, and if you go to that documentation now, if you go to AWS subnet subnet, there should be some resource. So I was keep on telling that if whenever you are seeing the resource type, you will see this data source as well, right? If you are going to create the resources, then you have to use this particular resource type, whichever under the resource section. But now we are going to see the data source. Okay, so what is data source? Data source is nothing but the resource should be already available. We are just fetching the information. Okay, we are going to fetch the information of the existing resource. For that, you need to use the data block. Let me tell you again, the resource block will be used for creating the resources, but the data block will be used for fetching the information of existing resource. Okay, so now if I use the data block, then what it means, I'm going to fetch the information of the resource which is already existing. So how to use the data block? Let us use it now. So here I have hard coded it. I will remove it now. Okay. After removing, I need to get the subnet ID dynamically. Okay. For that, I know that VPC and subnet ID is already created by the networking team. It is already available. It is already exists in the environment. Okay. Now I want to use the data block. So control space data block. So the data block will have two labels. There are only two blocks which is having two labels. One is resource block and another one is the data block. Okay. So here the resource type you have to mention. So which resource you need to fetch? Now we need to fetch the subnet ID. Here we need the subnet ID. For the EC2 instance, we need subnet ID. So which resource you need to fetch? Which information you need? You need the subnet ID, right? So you need to fetch this particular resource type you need to mention here. So mention the label name. It's your choice. Okay, it's dev subnet something you just mentioned. Okay, now I open the resource block for the data. Now for this as well, you will have the argument and then attributes. So what is argument? For the particular block, you need to give some input to fetch the information. Okay. The same thing, if you give this to resource block, that will create the resource using the information. If you give this information, these arguments to the data block, it will fetch the information based on the input you are giving. Okay, so these many arguments we have, you can make use of it anyone. Okay, so here I could see all are optional only. So let's say we are going to fetch the information based on the tag. Okay, so for that I'm using the tags now. Okay, so what is tag? Where the tag? Okay, what is tag? Map of tag. What is map of tag? If it is map of tag means how it will be? What is map?
Key value pairs.
Key value pair. So if it is a key value pair, how can it declare? Like this, right? I forgot. Okay, this is the list, right? So key value pair should be in the curly braces. Am I right? Here only we need to mention the key value pair. You remember these things or forgot?
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
No, no, we remember.
okay, fine. So okay, now we are going to fetch the information. So what is the data blocks used for? It is for fetching the existing information. So in now based on the input, it will fetch the information. So now my plan is I'm going to fetch the information based on the tag. Okay, so I know what is the tag. Let us go and check here. So in this, I'm going to fetch the tag. I'm going to fetch the subnet ID using this tag. Okay, so the key is env and the value is dev. So the key is env and the value is dev. Okay, done. Now what will happen? This particular now the Terraform will go to this particular subnet. Okay, and it will check whether is there any tag like this kind of tag is available or not. It will check all the subnets now. It will check all the subnets. Whichever is the condition meets, then it will fetch this particular subnet ID now for us. Okay, okay. Now let's go to the register site again. Okay, I fetched it. Okay, but here what you need, here what you need, do you need subnet name? Do you need subnet name, or do you need the status, or do you need the IP, or do you need the availability zone? What do you need from the subnet here? For the EC2 instance, what do you need? You need the subnet ID, right? You need to mention subnet ID here. As per AWS instance resource type, we can pass the subnet ID here so that this particular EC2 instance will get created on this particular subnet. So if you go to the registry site, now let's check the ID. Okay, first let's check the attributes. Attribute is nothing but the what it is the output actually. Okay, so these many things we can fetch. Okay, but here I don't find the ID, but I can find ID in the argument itself. If you see here. Okay, so I can make use of this. So how to mention it? AWS dot and this one dot, then I'm going to fetch the ID now. Okay, so ID. But here the thing is, if you are using a data block, you have to mention data here in the front. If you are referring the resource block, then this data is not needed. But if you're fetching information using data block, then you have to specifically mention data dot and then resource type dot label name dot which attribute you need, or which uh, what is that which argument or which attribute you need. You can mention it here. Okay, so now let's execute and see. Okay, let us see in the subnet now. Okay, where is the subnet? Okay, here. See, did I hardcode this? We have not hardcoded it here, right? But we got this. How? Let us check. Let us check in the console. Okay, this is the one. And if I go to here, this is the one. Okay. So for example, If you want to fetch this particular one, okay, let's take this one. Uh, let's take this one, right? So if I go to the tag, I'm just giving example for the tag, okay? So if you want to fetch this, let's see, we are it ends with 49f, okay? So let's give this one now. Now if you check the subnet ID, see this is a subnet ID, okay? And see now it is fetched this ID. So data, what is data block? Data block is nothing but you can fetch the information of existing resource. Using data block, you can fetch the existing resource. Okay. So I have shown only the tag. So like that, you can specify these many arguments. Suppose if you want to fetch the subnet IDs using VPC ID, just you can mention the VPC ID, just pass the VPC ID, you can get it. Okay. And we have filter option. You can make use of this filter. Let's say here the filter option, right? The subnet ID, which one, or else like VPC ID. This is the one. If as soon as I filter, I can see these many subnets, right? So like that, you can make use of the filter option as well, because the Terraform is the AWS Terraform is having these options. Okay, so like that, if you want to filter using CAED or block, you can still fetch the information based on this, like that. Okay, so the same way, if you go for the Azure, right?
Suresh, can you please go back to that execution file? So
Yeah.
just want
Okay.
to say, I just want to see
Yeah.
the VPC ID. Okay, whether it retrieves the information.
Okay. Okay.
It ends with 49F, right? So where did you
Yes.
find that actually?
Yeah. In the console, if I go to the
Yeah,
subnet,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah, it should be under. See, it should be resemble the same on the execution file, right? 9F. So in execution file, where is that information? Where is the output?
Execution file means you are talking of the TF file.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. TFL here, here.
Okay. See, I'm not hard coding it actually. I don't want to hard code it. Okay, because I want to fetch the information dynamically. So I see, for hard coding we don't need this data block, right? If you want to hard code, I can mention it directly in the subnet argument. But I want to fetch the
Hard
information
code and
dynamic.
hard code you couldn't get you. Hard code means
Hard code means like this. If I want to use this, just directly hard code here. Directly,
okay,
directly I'm mentioning the ID here. This is the hard code. Hard coding.
okay.
I'm hard coding the value. But I don't want to do that because in future they may change the subnet ID for the dev later. I mean, from networking team. At that time, again, I cannot go to the TFL and I cannot change this. Okay, but if we use this model, what will happen in future if network team changes the subnet for development environment, then I need not to worry changing this code. Automatically, it will be taking care of getting the correct subnet ID.
Okay, so it dynamically, if it get changed, also it will remain the same.
Yes, yes, correct. Logically, it will check only this tag. As of now, as we are using tag for fetching the information, it will always check this tag. Whenever it is able to find this tag, it will get the information. For example, let's say I'm giving the non-existent tag. Okay, let's assume I'm just giving something. Okay, let's execute now and see how it behaves. See what it is saying. No matching EC2 subnet found. So what it means? The Terraform tries to found this particular tag, But in the AWS environment, it is not able to find it. It checked all the subnets actually. It checked all the subnets. It is not able to find this particular tag. So that's why it is not able to fetch that subnet ID, because there is no subnet ID which is holding this tag. If I specify the
Okay.
correct subnet, it will fetch the correct subnet ID. You got it right. So the data block
Yeah, yeah,
is
correct subnet
fetching the,
tag. If you mention the
yeah,
correct subnet tag, then it will fetch the information.
yes, exactly. Okay. The same thing goes for the uh, Azure as well. I mean, whatever the provider, okay, everything the same, everything should be same. I think in Azure, Azure virtual network, right? Virtual network, virtual network, is this wrong? Oh, Azure RM, okay, Azure RM. Okay, if you see, we have resource, under resource, we have Azure Virtual Network, but we are going to fetch the information. We are not going to create the create the resource. So I am not going this. I will go for the data source. So if I click here, if you see here, these are we have to use for Azure. The same thing, like you need to mention the resource type and then label name. Okay. So if I go to the arguments, so these two arguments we have to specify. So what is the name of the virtual network and what is the resource group name? If you mention it, you will get, you can fetch these many items. You can fetch these many attributes like ID, location, address space, everything you can get, and subnets, everything you can get, and you can pass to your uh, the other resources. Okay, even if you go for GCP, the same thing. Okay, you got the concept of data source, right? You may check for Azure or GCP and then come back. We will discuss if you have any doubt. So I don't know what is there in Google, because I am not working. Okay, there is a concept called Google Run Service. These are serverless resources. So here, okay, these are resource. If you go for the data source, you can have the argument. See the same thing. You need to mention the resource type and the label name. So in the argument, you need to mention the name and location. So you will get the project. Like it is based on the resources. Okay. Okay, fine. Any doubt on the data block?
Suresh, I have one doubt, Suresh. The data
Uh,
block, as you said, we don't have access in network or other resource, so we want to fetch the informations. The
yes.
tag and all, even if I don't have access, means even I don't know what tag they are mentioned.
No. Yeah, that's correct. But the network team has to give information to you, like
Okay. So manually we can collect the information,
yeah,
and
yeah, basically the documentation will be there. The document will be shared. I mean, between the teams actually.
okay, understood,
Basically,
understood.
without any information, how we can do it, right?
That's what
Yeah,
I've been
yeah. Okay,
confused.
okay. Yeah, the documentation will be there always in the real time. Okay, okay.
Okay.
So we have seen the data block. Now we will see the import. Okay, let's see the import now. So now we will go for the another scenario. Okay. So what is data block? The data block is nothing but the resource will be there. You need to fetch the information. But what is import? Someone has created or you created the resources manually. Okay. Now you want to, I mean, going forward, you want to manage the particular resources using Terraform. Then you have to go for the import. You got the concept. When will you go for import? you have created the resources. For example, let me open, okay, let me, okay, let us take this example. Okay, so I will close everything. This is the Terraform manage resources. Okay, there are lot many resources are there. Okay, and these are the managed one. Okay, managed resources. I mean, manually managed resources. Okay, so here you have something called SNS or EC2 instance. Something is there. Okay, these are manually managed resources. Now you want to take these two or any one of the thing. For example, if you want to take this SNS into this resource, you take this into your Terraform state file, or taking this into your Terraform managed resources, then you should go for the import one. Okay, so basically the Terraform can handle whatever it is having in the state file. Am I right? So the Terraform does not aware of this manually managed resources, right? So in this case, you need to take this into Terraform managed resources. In that case, you need to go for the Terraform import command. So let's say uh, okay. So let me
Suresh,
see if I have.
sorry to interrupt.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
please
so
go.
you mentioned like managed resources. So who
Ah,
will be creating that? Whether it will be like inbuilt configuration or something like that, or ready like configuration.
the managed resource means no. I'm just telling. There are two things. The Terraform is managing some resources, and then there are
Okay.
few resources will be managed by the some team manually.
Okay.
For example, you are the person, you are creating all the resources through Terraform. So going forward, you can manage all the resources through Terraform alone. Like if you want to update something, or if you want to modify the configuration, you can do through Terraform itself. And if you want to destroy, you can do through Terraform itself, right? But let's assume uh, uh, before implementing the Terraform in your environment, there are a few resources already created manually. Before introducing Terraform to your environment, let's assume there are few resources already available, already exist in your environment. Okay, now will you be able to manage those resources through Terraform? I mean, those resources means which are already exist before Terraform, before implementing the Terraform into your environment. Will you be able to handle it? Are
No,
you
no,
getting my question?
no, no. No, yeah, I got it. I got it. No,
You got
Suresh.
the question. Okay. Now you cannot manage, or you cannot handle the old resources. You cannot handle it. But now your requirement is, I want to manage those resources as well through Terraform, right? In that case, what is the option we have? Till now we don't have any option, right? We have seen many commands, many options, but using that we cannot do it. We know that if we create some resources through Terraform, then those resources can be handled. But we don't know if the resources already exist, how to handle through Terraform. That concept we don't know yet, right? So that is the what we are going to see. The concept is Terraform import. The import is nothing but you are importing existing resources into your Terraform state file. That's it. That's a simple logic. You are importing existing resource information into your state file so that going forward Terraform can handle those resources. You got it?
Yes, Rish.
Yeah, now we'll see how to do that. Okay, so let's say I have a SNS topic here. Okay, let's assume this has been created manually. If you see mm, okay, I don't know whether I'm having. Okay, let me delete all the state files. Do you have any state files here? Let me check once. Nothing is there. Okay, and I don't have anything. State file I don't have, right? Okay, fine. So let's assume this test or yash, whatever it is, this topic has been created manually before implementing Terraform. And okay, so now you want to import this resource into your Terraform. So for better understanding what I will do, I will create one resource first. Okay, because I don't have the state file here. So okay, otherwise let us take this example itself. Okay, me let me go here itself. Oh, we destroyed it, right? Okay, let us create it first. One second, let me delete all the files so that it will be better for you to understand. Okay. Okay. Now let us create this resource. Terraform apply auto approve. So we are going to create one EC2 instance and then security group. Okay. Let it create. Okay. Why it is creating two instances? Where I am? Oh God, I forgot to save this. Okay, let it be. So now if you see the state file, right? If you see the state file, see I have the EC2 instances and then security group, everything is in my state file. Okay, I don't have anything called SNS. Okay, now we are planning to import this SNS into our state file. It means we are going to manage, we are going to manage the SNS using our Terraform code. So for that we have to go for the import now. So before for that you have to know what is the resource block first. Okay, what is the resource? AWS. Let me see SNS is there or not. Yeah, SNS topic is there. Okay, so SNS topic. This you need to be aware. Okay, so this is the resource we are going to import now. Okay, just to give some name. Mm, Okay, fine. But what will happen if I give some argument? Let me go to this particular resource type in the Terraform registry. We have to go to the resource only. So what will happen if I specify the arguments like this, like this? Okay, if I specify this argument, what will happen? If I specify this one here, and if I execute the Terraform apply command, what will happen?
It will try to create a new one.
It will try to create one, but our aim is I don't want to create it. I just want to import it, right? So for that, for every resource, if you go to the bottom of the line, right, you will have the concept called import. Okay. So this is the command Terraform import. This is the command for importing. We have to pass this. So what we have to pass? We have to pass the topic ARN. For this particular resource, we have to pass topic ARN. For a few of the stuff, it is based on resource type. Okay, for a few things you may pass the ID. Okay, something will be like that. I will show you. Okay, so for this particular resource, we have to pass the topic ARN. So the concept is first you need to declare the resource block. Okay, after declaring the resource block, you need to use the Terraform import command now. Okay, so now I'm just checking this SNS email in our state file. I don't find anything, no result. Okay, so let's see how to import now. Terraform import. What we are going to do import? I mean, for which block we are going to import? We are going to import for this particular resource block. So just mention this dot label name dot what we have to pass topic ARN. See, uh, up to this is the resource type and this is the label name. So after this is the topic ARN. Okay, so let me get the topic ARN. Let's say I will get the Yash. Okay, so the topic ARN is this is the topic ARN. So let me copy this and I'm passing this to the command line. Now enter. Successfully imported. Invalid parameter. Invalid parameter. Topic ARN. Import prepared. Okay. Okay. Sorry, actually we should not give dot here for import. Okay, so which resource type and for which label and the ARN. Okay, now enter. Now try to import. This and import. Okay, we should put dot only. What is that? Terraform import is ARN is correct. ARN. Oh, okay. See, I am into somewhere. I think I am into where I am into which region I am in. I am into ES East one, but I am checking in the Mumbai region. That is the problem. Okay, so let me switch to Mumbai. Sorry, East. So let me create on topic quickly. Maybe Terra is the topic name. Okay, let's create it. Okay, I created it manually. Okay, now this is the topic. Okay, so what is the ARN? Oh, let me create new one. It got created with before. Let me create one for standard one. Okay, maybe test. Let me test a topic, and this is the ARN. Let me copy this ARN. I'm importing. Now successfully import is successful. Okay, now let us check this. Here, this is the label name, right? So let me copy and search in our state file. Where is our state file? This is our state file. So search here. See, we are able to see nothing but import is nothing but now it fetched all the information about the resource into our state file. Okay. After doing that, you need to make sure you need to make sure you need to fill out this argument in this particular block. You should not leave it as blank. Okay, at least you need to fill whatever the mandatory items, right? So to find out this, you may refer the registry site, right? So here in the registry site, in the arguments, whatever this necessary information, you can fill it. Okay, for example, here let us put name. So what is the name? Name is test. Okay, okay, that's it. So now going forward, this particular SNS topic can be managed through Terraform. So for example, see it is getting refreshed now. Now it is have the visibility about this particular SNS topic. Okay. So going forward, this particular resource can be managed to Terraform. So the same way, let's assume we are if you want to import the EC2 instance resource, right? How will you do that? Now you guys tell me. How will you? What is the first step? What is the first step to import the EC2 machine? Let's say, do you have any EC2 machine here? It is already there in our Terraform stateful. Okay, so let me create a new instance then. Okay, I created the instance now. Okay, new instance. Okay, this one. Now tell me how to import this into Terraform. What is the first step? You have to create the resource block, right?
Yeah, resource block.
Yeah, resource block, and then the resource type.
AC,
Which resource you are going to
AWS,
import? AWS
AWS
instance
underscore instance.
and the
Name it
label
can
name,
be
something. Okay. After this, if you want, you can if you know what is the ID and the name, the mandatory arguments, if you know it, you can specify right away. If you don't know it, leave it. We will fix it. Okay. Okay. Now let me now tell me what is the command to import.
Terraform import.
Terraform import. I'm just checking what has to be passed, right? Whether it will be. See here here we have to pass the ID. Okay, so the instance ID has to be passed now. Okay, now tell me Terraform import and then AWS instance dot the label name and then instance ID. What is the instance ID? This is the instance ID. So just copy. Yes, this is the one, right? Yes. Okay. Now when you say import, what is happening now? It is fetching all the information from the target environment and it is writing into the state file. Okay, now import is done. Now if you check the state file, you will have the entry. See, this entry is available now. Now you need to fill out this the resource block, right? So for that, what we can do, if you do plan, it will tell you what are the missing arguments. So you can mention. So here AMI ID is missing. Okay, so AMI, if you know AMI, you can get it from the portal. I'm going to get it from stateful itself. Okay, so this is the AMI it is using. So let me use it. Then instance type is a mandatory one. What is the instance type? Mm, T2 micro. Okay, okay. Now if I do plan command, just I'm making sure whether I'm having all the information in the resource block. Okay, the tag is just missing. If you can add the tag. So basically, until when you run the plan command, until it says no infrastructure changes, until that you need to modify this resource block. Okay, because you need to make sure whether everything has been imported in the state file as well as in the resource block. So here what it is saying, name equal to new. Okay, so the tag is it is missing here now, right? So let us mention the tag. So it is name. Okay, name and then new. Okay, now I take the control. Now the Terraform can handle this particular instance, right? So now if I want to change this, I can do it. You got the concept, right? Now tell me what is the difference between data block and then import command. What data block is doing, what import is doing.
Data block, we can get the information from other resources and we can use in our resource block.
Correct. Import.
And import also is like the same thing. The existing created by manually, those informations will be added in our code.
Yes, and into our state file actually. Okay,
Yeah,
to manage going forward. Okay, that's all about the data block and then import. Okay, these two is very important one. Okay, basically maybe import you will not use, but data block you will use very often. Okay, okay. Now let us go for the debug. Okay, so debug is nothing but see we have these many. I mean we have two environment variable. One is for a TF log and one is the TF log path. So if you have this environment variable in your system, then the Terraform put all the logs into this particular file. Okay. So to have we have these many options in the log. One is trace, debug, error, warning, and info. Trace will have the very detailed information. Okay, and debug will have uh, somewhat the lesser information than trace, and the error log will have only the error the information, warning will have only the warning information, info information, I mean info log will have only the information. Okay, it won't have any error and all. Okay, how to configure it? Let us configure it now. So let us create the environment variable. So if you are using Windows based system, you can go for the export command. If you are using the Windows command, you can go for this one, this env command for the PowerShell. Okay, so as I'm using the Mac, I will go for the Linux based command, the export command. So this is nothing, this is very simple. This is nothing but the just we need to configure the environment variable. That's it. Okay, so let me configure as a trace. Okay, so just export this. I mean, I just configured, I created the tf log environment variable, and I have mentioned Terraform. You just log the trace option. I just mentioned the trace so that it will log all the very detailed information. It will log. Okay, okay. And next one, okay, I will log it, but where should I log it, right? So for that we have the log path. So if I mention some log file name, then it will be in my current directory. Okay, suppose if you want to store into any other directory, you can specify the path. Okay, okay, we have configured it. Let me check whether it is configured or not. Uh, okay, it is configured. Okay, so here it is there. Okay, fine. So now let us see in this particular location that log file will get created now. Okay, so let's say Terraform plan command. If see, let us see whether the log file. See here, the log file got created here, right? Okay, let it execute. Let me open this. See here, this is the log file. So if you want to configure the log file, this is how you need to do. Just you need to create the environment variable. Then it is just it is logging the detailed information. Okay, suppose if you want to have only the information, or if you want to only the error information, then what will you do? You need to give, instead of trace, you need to give the error. This error you need to give. Okay, instead of trace, you need to give error so that it will log only the errors. Okay, if you want to have only warnings, you can configure as warning here. Instead of trace, you need to give warn, then it will log only the warnings. So this is how the logs can be configured for the Terraform. Okay, and there is one more thing, but that is not in our control. So there is unfortunately, if Terraform crashed while at the time of Terraform execution, if it is crashed because of something, then the crash.log file will be created. Okay, so that will not be the readable one. That we can create, I mean we can pass to the Terraform so they can analyze it and they can support us. Okay, okay, so this is all about the debug. So any doubt on the debug? Let's move on to the graph. It's very simple. So graph is nothing but, so as of now we are seeing everything in the coding, right? In the code we are seeing everything in the text format. But now we are thinking it will be good if we have some graphical representation of the resources. what depends on what, and where it is linked to other. If we are having some kind of graphical structure, that will be good for understanding, right? So for that we have the graph command. So let us execute and let's see how it is. Okay, so we have a graph command. Let me execute it here. If you execute the graph command, it will give this kind of code. I mean the okay, but now you need to store into some other file. Okay, so maybe visual, something like that you can give. Okay, okay, now the file will get created here. This is what that visual. Okay, this entire code got created here. Now what you need to do, there are the online portal is there. There you can check it. Like if I open this, there are two portal is there. Okay, so here you can just copy this entire code and just paste it here. Now it will show you the graphical representation for us. Okay, so see here. Are you able to is it visible to you? Maybe let me go for the second one. I think that will be good. So here I need to paste that the code which we generated using the graph command. See, okay, this is the graph command. If you see, like we have two security group and instance ID. These are variables we have, and this is the instance ID we have. One instance ID. I mean, this is the one instance ID, and this is another instance ID, and we have one SNS topic, right? So these security groups is attached to this one, right? And this instance is attached. These no security group has been attached to this particular instance, but these variables and security group is attached to this instance. Okay, and we have a variable called variable count, but that is used nowhere. Okay, so that's why the connection is dropped out. And we have SNS topic, and we are not attaching or we are not calling the SNS topic to any other resources. It is a standalone now. So like that, for the graphical representation, we can use the graph command. Okay, suppose if you are having 20 or 30 resources in your Terraform code, you can execute that graph command and you can have this, so that by seeing visually you can easily understand what is used by what, and there are so many things, right? Yeah, so yeah, that's it about the
Please,
graph
can you please show me the command name? What you did, what you mentioned?
yeah, yeah, this is the command name, terraform graph.
Terraform graph.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the terraform graph command will generate some code. Okay, that code I am storing into some file. That's it. For that, this is a general one
Now,
for Windows and Linux.
how will it will get information like which file it will get the information? So we have
it,
multiple
it will
file,
it will
right?
refer, yeah, it will refer always the state file.
State file. Okay, fine.
Yeah, because the state file is the
Okay.
source of truth for Terraform. Okay, so every each and everything the state file we have. So it will generate their own code by referring the state file, and use in this code, right? This code, if you copy paste into in this particular website, you will have this. And suppose I don't want any online tool, I want to implement, I mean I want to have in my own environment, right? In that case we have a offline tool called graphis for specific windows. Okay, we don't have this offline tool for Linux and Mac, but we do have for the Windows. For that you can download the tool from here and you can install it. And once you install it, like the same thing, it will open the browser only. There you need to copy the code, and then you will have this. That's it, nothing else. That's the offline, this is online, nothing else, but the remaining are the same only. Okay, if you have the Windows machine, you can download it and install it, and you can check it out. Okay, yeah, so I planned that's all for today. So the next class we will see the pipeline. The next week is the very important one, I think. I mean, the CI/CD we are going to see, and then provisioners, and then modules we are going to see. Okay, if we see these three topics, I think mostly we will be covered. Okay, okay. So now,
So CI/CD, whether it will covers from Azure or AWS? AWS.
uh, it's not from Azure or not from AWS. It's
Okay.
from on-premise tool called Jenkins. Uh,
Oh,
so just I will show you the how Terraform can be implemented in the uh, pipeline. I mean, in the CI/CD tool. Okay, so whatever I'm going to show you, the same concept will be used for whether it is Azure DevOps or AWS DevOps or whatever the tool it is, right? This concept will be same. These are they can implement. Only the tools
okay.
and then the way of working will be differ, but concept will be same. Okay. Okay, why I have included that topic in this, because that is nowhere to Terraform, but still I want to include it because in real time no one is going to write the code in their laptop and execute from their laptop. Everything will be in the common place. So the common place is nothing but the CI/CD pipeline only. So you have to understand how it is working in the real time. So that's why I have just a sample code. We will see how it is executed. Okay, then you
Yeah,
may shoot some
because
question.
because in Azure DevOps, right, we are using Azure DevOps in our environment, and
Mm.
using the Terraform codes, right, it will be moved into the repos, and like it will run the pipelines. So just want to
Yeah,
know the
correct. See,
flow. What is
in
the
in
exact flow? What is the step by
yeah,
step
yeah,
things?
that flow I will tell you. Definitely, I will tell you. In
Okay, okay,
Azure,
fine.
you will still have a repo, and still you have the
But there are
execution tool.
more things, right, like branches, repos, files, like commit everything, right? So whether it will cover the same in this topic.
Yeah, yeah, I will cover it. I will cover it.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
fine.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
And
So
even this is also will cover Suresh, like
which one?
this one, uh, boards, those things, sprints, everything, right? So that is also
Which one?
comes under this one. Boards, sprints,
Boats, friends. I don't know what it is. Can you spell it?
board, BOARD, and sprint,
Board.
SPRINT,
Oh,
board,
those are the
and
Azure related tools. Those are agile tools actually. Those will not be part of Terraform.
okay, fine. The common thing will be covered, right? The common thing.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever the Terraform related things, everything will be covered. Okay, you don't worry about
Okay,
that.
fine.
So
Thank you. Thanks,
let's have the
Suresh.
final check. So I have changed my backend configuration, and if I run the Terraform plan, it is throwing error. How to resolve it? I changed the backend configuration, but if I run the Terraform plan command, it is throwing error. What might be the reason? What might cause this?
Because it is not able to find the state files, we need to reconfigure the state file to resolve that.
Oh, super. Yeah, that is another way. Okay. Now tell me what is the difference between Terraform? Yeah, you are absolutely right. That is also possible way, possible cause. Tell me what is the difference between upgrade and configuration. I mean reconfigure. Terraform init upgrade. Terraform
See,
init
icon upgrade means so
reconfigure.
it
Refresh,
will
right?
check the versions, Terraform
Okay,
versions it will
now
upgrade. Reconfigure means if we changed anything like the backend information
if,
of the
if
Terraform.
if you change the backend, particularly the backend, the reconfigure is used only for the backend. The upgrade is used only for provide. Okay. And someone told Terraform refresh. Refresh is different. Refresh is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is
Sorry, yeah.
syncing between the current uh, real-time environment with the current state file. Okay.
State
Okay.
file. Yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
can more than one
Can you please
user?
can you please reiterate what is upgrade? Oh, I'll make
Okay.
note of it.
Terraform. Can anyone explain to Ari so that you will get some clear idea, right? Maybe Vijay or Priya or someone.
Ari, come again, Ari. Let me try.
Oh, what is the difference between a reconfigure and upgrade?
See, reconfigure means, see, yesterday class we added the backend in the Terraform block, right? So that time we need to do the reconfigure. So in when the Terraform init, we need to the reconfigure means it will reconfigure with the backend information. So it will be start. Upgrade means so any version change, Terraform versions it is change, or that time we do the upgrade command. I am correct, Suresh?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely correct. You got it, Hari?
Yeah, yeah, got it. Got it.
Okay.
Thanks,
So
thanks,
can
Vijay.
more, yeah, okay. So can more than one user execute the same Terraform at a time?
No.
Race condition
No.
will happen. Will happen.
Yeah, yeah. In general, we cannot because we have the state locking system is there in the Terraform. Okay. Does S3 storage support locking system for Terraform?
No.
For that,
No.
what we are using?
We need to have
DynamoDB.
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 Yeah. So does GCS and Azure support locking system?
Yes. Yes. Azure
Yeah.
support.
What is enhanced backup? Sorry, what is enhanced backend?
We move to the state file into the centralized location.
No, no, no. Enhanced backend means your TF file is also in the same system and your state file is also in the same system. If both are in the same system, that is the enhanced backend. Okay, so what are the enhanced backend we have? One is the local and another is the remote. So here when I say remote, you should not confuse with the remote storage. Okay, remote means it's the Terraform enterprise. I will I mean we have a separate session for enterprise and enterprise cloud. At the time you will understand this. Okay, but whatever the S3 or Azure Blob or GCS, those are comes under standard backend. Why we are calling as a standard backend? Because those storage will hold only the state file. Okay, but the actual TF file will be stored in somewhere, maybe the GitHub repo. Okay, so that's why it is a standard backend. So what is enhanced backend? If the TF files and then state file, if the both are in the same system or in the same server or in the same or platform, then it is called enhanced backend. Okay, okay. How to release the state lock?
If it is Azure block containers, we can go to the particular block container. In the state file, we have options to unbreak that a state file lock.
Yeah. So what is the command actually? That's what I'm expecting.
And also, I'm thinking
Okay, it's a Terraform
Unlock.
state
State show resource
unlock.
name.
Yeah.
State unlock.
What is the information we have to pass to this lock unlock command? Lock ID, right? The every lock will have an unique ID. Using that ID only, it is locking the Terraform state file. So we have to pass that particular lock ID. Then only it will get released. If you pass the ID which is not present or which is wrong, then it won't unlock the state file. Okay, so you have to pass the specific lock ID. I want to recreate the particular resource without updating my Terraform configuration file. How to do it?
MV command. Use.
Oh God, I want to recreate the particular what? Where is my mouse button? Yeah, I want to
It's
recreate
taint.
the particular
Oh,
taint. Okay, then
paint.
what is
Okay.
MV? What is MV?
Y- Sorry. MV is changing the label name in the Terraform.
Correct. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yes. So what is the difference between taint and yeah, that what is the difference between taint and RM command?
RM is nothing but it will completely remove the resources from the state file and the configuration file. And taint
Yes.
is nothing but whatever we specify the taint in the resource, it will recreate whenever we execute.
Yeah,
A
correct. So
new
the
new
RM
new
command, yeah, yeah, that's absolutely correct. So the the only one correction, the RM command will remove the source from the state file alone. It won't remove from the TF file. We have to remove it manually. Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's it for today. We will meet up on Tuesday for the CI/CD pipeline. Okay, let's meet. Okay, I'm just thinking to move this to half an hour before only for the next week. I will update in WhatsApp. Okay, if everyone is okay, then we will have instead of 8:30, we will have 8 o'clock only for next week. I mean, I will update in WhatsApp. If everyone agree, then we'll move that. Okay.
So you mean to say like 8
Okay.
to 10?
Yeah, 8 to 10. Yes.
Okay.
Is it not suitable for you?
We might be